Oh no. We just had rather negative news. I'm so excited. Let's see what we've got. Beautiful. Camera reveal number 1. Allow me to introduce you to our new Good morning and welcome to episode 15 of my vlog. Kicking off this week with a very weird one. Late on Friday of last week, I had a meeting with one of our biggest clients, and with this one particular client, which as I say is one of our biggest, we just had unfortunately some rather negative news. This year their budget for content has shrunk almost entirely, which is a ginormous kick in the teeth. From a growth perspective, it is definitely going to be a hole that will be felt. And so I spent the whole weekend ideating, making a game plan, and just figuring out what we're gonna do, because obviously we're already putting this year more effort into marketing than we have ever before. And that plan is still in place, but now that plan is almost, not only is the idea to increase the amount of clients we have and the work we do, but it's to fill that void. And yeah, it's just not the sort of news you want to receive at the very beginning of the year when you're trying to kick things off. So yeah, spent all my time just figuring out the game plan essentially, and I very much took that into this week and started off today with, as I always do, in ClickUp, our project management software, scheduling the week, but reorganizing and prioritizing activity that will hopefully drive some engagement, some sales. Almost every member of the team is working on something this week that is related to, be it content for our socials, our website, a new business that we're launching, which I've mentioned in last week and the week before episodes, but also some new systems and processes that will help us to deliver better things for our clients, delivering more value for them, but also hope with the aims to encourage more repeat work, overall increasing their spend with us. But yeah, a real sort of slump moment for me. I can't lie, it definitely is a tough one that I now need to manage and manage well. Yeah, I was really torn about whether or not to include this in the vlog, but this vlog is meant to be a transparent look. And running a business is not all singing and dancing and a constant upward growth. It is a bit of one of these, like if it was a chart, it wouldn't be just like that. It would be like up, down, round, back, forward, up. Yeah, all over the place. That is genuinely how business goes, and it's not the first time this has happened. I will just add, by the way, none of this is sour, none of this is of our fault or the clients on their side. They've just had a massive internal shake-up, which unfortunately has put content to the side, at least for this year. So it's nothing about us and our performance. As far as we and the client have expressed, our relationship over the last few years has been nothing short of amazing, and I hope that in the future we can work together again. When a door closes, another one opens, as they say, and that does mean that there is now an opportunity for us to deliver the same service to another client. The main, I guess, thing is we need to find that client, or that client needs to find us. So that is what my core focus is now, especially for this week and next, is just to get hard on the marketing and the sales and just try and drum up some business. Otherwise, in good news, this week we are officially kicking off our first shoot of 2025. We've got one tomorrow that Sam is on his own, and he'll be taking you guys behind the scenes on that shoot as well. And then we have another shoot on Friday, which unfortunately we are under NDA on, so we cannot disclose who or what that is. But it's exciting. That's for a new client that we signed on last year, but it just took until now to get the shoot in. There's a lot of logistical nightmares to jump through to get that one started. But new client, a very good client for us, a really big one, and I'm quite excited to get the first project underway. This week, fingers crossed, firmly crossed, our new equipment may arrive. That is one thing that I'm mega excited for right now, because as I said in previous episodes, this is definitely the biggest equipment investment we've ever made, and it's not just upgrades, it is entirely new things that we've never had before and never even thought we would have. So it's definitely going to be exciting and very cool, and we've got some projects lined up to get those things tested. But otherwise, I'm going to get my head down, trying to create some conversations, start building some social posts. Delivery? We're expecting obviously a fair few deliveries, but like, I think this is the first one, which is not the crazy exciting one, but it's a massive upgrade for our lights, I think. Aperture. Yeah. Another aperture. These are heavy, man. Yeah. There should be more in here, I think. Oh yeah, mate, it's crazy. It's buried so deep in all of the foam. Wait, so what did I order? So that's 1 rail, 2 rail, clamp, monitor, a handle. Right, I think that's us. You're still trying to dig into that box? Yeah, madness, this guy. Right, here we go.
Oh, nice. Oh, he's heavy, isn't it?
So these are 2 Aperture F10 Fresnels, which are ginormous thingamybobs that mount on our lights and essentially can increase the output of a light by up to 10 times, which is ridiculous. So we just bought those new lights before Christmas, and they're like as bright as the sun, and now we've got like 10 times the sun, which is just rather insane. This is like a little bit of a teaser of what's to come. I've not told the vlog what we've bought yet. But this is a handle for a rig, a camera rig. And then these, I'm gonna try and show you without showing the logo. These are like little NATO rails and little grip accessories for a new camera we've bought. Oh yeah, look. Damn. Oh my God. Wait, give me the other one. I can give myself some crazy eyes. I look like, these are like Optimus Prime's eyes. Hello. How's that look? I can't even see the camera. Right, Max? Ginormous lens that you can focus by twisting this thing. As you can see, it gets bigger, which I think narrows the beam of the light, but also makes it brighter in that one spot. Feel how heavy that is, Max? Yeah, it's a giant magnifying glass for a light, essentially. Just increases the output drastically. But then you can imagine it like you've got your little light attached with that thing on the front of it. It looks kind of insane. Just stick your flash through it. Oh yeah, super bright that. Right, we better get these in the kit room, get them labelled, stickered, ready to use on our next project. We are all clean and new. Welcome to Tuesday. As you've just seen, we've received a nice little package from our good friends at PC Specialist. We had a PC, well, Max's computer, that was unfortunately having some issues, and after I had pulled my hair out trying to diagnose it after just a couple of months of trial and error, we've finally just decided, you know what, I think this is actually something beyond software and actually something hardware. And that computer and a couple of the others in particular we got last year through our friends at PC Specialist, and I contacted them and it's under warranty, so they took it in, did the repairs, and now it's back. So that's really good news. Max finally has his computer back, which is super powerful. Like, it's one of the best ones in the building. And yeah, that will be a great weight off our shoulders. We just need to obviously run some tests on it just to make sure it's 100% happy. Obviously, I trust that PC Specialists have done a lot of stress testing themselves, but we'll put it through real world use, Premiere Pro, After Effects and the likes, and see how we get on. In other news, a little bit of a positive one. So obviously yesterday, as I disclosed, we have got a hole in our business now from losing a large amount of work from one of our biggest clients, and already we're seeing some progress. Yesterday, 3 jobs were accepted. These aren't new ones from the new marketing efforts, but still a really, really amazing thing, and they're all good sized jobs as well. So that's great for the near future when those jobs happen. But otherwise, yeah, we've already had one really good inquiry this morning. I've got a call booked for tomorrow to discuss that with that client. That, again, I'm not going to attribute that to my marketing efforts because the marketing efforts haven't been going that long. I think that was just chance, but still, really positive. Otherwise, we are going to be kicking off a exciting project next week that I wanted to tell you guys about. If you've seen our website before or you've followed the company for a while, you'll know that over the first few years, we liked to create ads for our business. The first one was quite wild. It was me on my roller skates screaming about how you need creative videos for your business and all this. And then the second one was growth on that, and the core thing for us was to show the growth, to show the team, because the first ad was very much just me, and I wanted the next one to sort of represent we are more than just me now, and there's a full team here, and that was great. But especially because we rebranded, that is now what I would consider outdated. It would still work right now, but just because the logos, the branding, the team, everything in it has changed, I think it's time for a new one. So I've booked in next week for us to kick off, essentially put the wheels into motion. I've already spoken with Hannah, our marketing manager, about it, and she's got some ideas on things we can do differently, ways that we can do A/B split testing and stuff like that to try and maximize the effectiveness of it, because it's a hefty investment from all ends, really. Like the time that goes into it, seriously, the amount of time that goes into these things is nuts. And then as well, the spend on marketing thereafter to push it out and put some promotion behind it and stuff like that. It is a costly investment, and we want to make sure that with this one, that's at the forefront, whereas all of the ones we've created in the past have always been, let's just make a cool ad, and then the marketing's always been an afterthought, which seems backwards, but it's just, that was where we were. And as creators, we focused on the creative, not the marketing, but now we have a marketing person, and I'm now thinking about marketing more, so we want to make that a bit of a core focus. And with some new equipment coming, I think there's an opportunity to level up a few of the ideas that we've had. It's on the edge of my tongue, but I don't want to say it because it will spoil something. I really want you guys to see when this new stuff arrives. I want to do a thing about it then, because it is truly awesome and I can't wait to play with it. But yeah, a new ad will be fun. It's always a good laugh making those projects because you can be really creative and a bit off the wall. We like to be different, and we like to do something that's it's attention grabby, it's different. So we want to do it bigger, better, with a bit of a marketing focus behind it as well. Otherwise, today, yeah, I am basically just smashing through socials. This morning I spent a bunch of time doing admin, emails, sales, stuff like that. But then now the rest of my day, I've literally just blanket booked my calendar just to do socials. I want to try and make as many drafted and scheduled posts as possible across our company social medias, my social medias, and just kind of like smother it in drafts so that I can schedule those out and hopefully get as far as I can. Because I want to post regularly, but I think it's unrealistic to try and come up with a new post every day, as much as I will try and do that. You guys know what it's like from this vlog. I get swamped with things and then I can't. So if I can build a big library, then that gives me buffer, and then I'll just keep on building on that as I go, which is super, super good. Otherwise, Sam will be here. He's starting late today because he's finishing late because the shoot is an evening shoot, but he'll be here in a few hours getting ready to go, and he'll be taking you guys behind the scenes on that shoot. Oh no. Well, that's a bugger. Oh no. Engine won't start. Okay, let me have a look. I have an idea. Hang on. It's sat still for so long, it hasn't moved since before Christmas.
Oh, really?
That's well flat. Alright. Put negative on first. This just goes on here. So now that's on. That's pushing power because you can see the lights are doing that thing. Give it a little kick.
There we go.
Right, that's positive news. A little bit of drama, but you know, we've got a boost pack, so. Alright, a bit of drama resolved. Obviously it will now charge up when he drives it, but to be honest, the van has been going a bit flat pretty often. And I think the battery is just a bit kaput, so we're gonna have to get this sorted. But look at her, she's beautiful. Not looking too dirty, even though it hasn't been washed for a little while now.
Hey guys, I'm just arrived on site, and today we're on behalf of Fresh Productions shooting a really cool office opening building, and I'm going to be mainly focusing on the R5C on the gimbal, the C304 handheld shooting, and I'm also doing stills as well, which is another R5C. I've got to edit 5 photos as well tonight to send to the client so they can post today. So video and stills should be a good one. I'm really looking forward to it. Just got back to Menace HQ now, and I'm about to pack away and back up all the footage. Really good shoot, really great to work with our friends at Fresh Productions again. So that's it for Tuesday. I hope you guys did enjoy so far, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome to Wednesday. I'm having a tea, which is weird for me, as you guys have probably seen. I'm a bit of a caffeine drinker, be it energy drinks or coffee, for good or bad. That's just the thing I enjoy. But lately, I've been finding that I've been enjoying a tea. It's just nice. As you've just seen, obviously Sam was on our first official client shoot of the year yesterday. As far as I've heard, all went well. And the client's office is just absolutely stunning. They've really made a wicked office. I can't wait to go see it in person. One cool thing that this client in particular has is their very own in-house film studio space. It's not ready yet. It wasn't. I doubt it would have been filmed yesterday. As far as I can tell, as far as I've been told, it's not actually finished yet. That part of the office. Obviously, the office is more important than the studio. But at some point in time, you'll probably see us filming in that studio, which will be really awesome. I love that. I think it's really, really cool that they invest in that kind of area. They value content. It's an awesome thing. But again, today's quite exciting actually. I've got 2 calls with 2 prospects, which is really great news. And I'm also reviewing a brief for a project that came in earlier this week that is also extremely exciting. It's different to most of the briefs we receive. It feels like we'll be producing a series of short films telling different stories surrounding one subject, all as part of one large campaign. My job today is to go through the brief and sort of dissect it, come up with any questions so that I can hop on a call with the prospect and understand a bit more about all of the intricate details so that I can then put together a detailed proposal. Yeah, I'm really excited for it because it is cool. It's nice being able to quote for something where it's a series of short films, it's narrative, it's gonna have talent, crew, locations, the full production, which is sick. So yeah, really, really cool. Otherwise, we're kicking off a technical briefing for our shoot on Friday, which unfortunately, as I've always said, is under NDA, so I can't tell you too much about it, but that's nice. I love doing technical briefings, and it's officially our first one of the year. It's nice to get the team together to brief everybody and make sure that we're all on the same page. Anyway, let's make this cup of tea, and I'm gonna get to work. Heading into the early afternoon now. It's been a very productive and good morning so far. We've just had that technical briefing for that project that's being shot on Friday. It's just now down to Sam and Darren to prep all of the equipment and do the shoot on Friday. Otherwise, yeah, so this morning I had my first call with a prospect of the day. Went really, really well. It's definitely a project that I'm quite keen on. It's something that we are very familiar with in terms of that style of content, and we've done stuff in a similar sort of way before within the same industry. So very confident on that. I've got a good idea of their expectations, and it's now just down to me to put together a proposal, which I'm going to be doing over the next couple of days. Me and Darren also sat down earlier to discuss the exciting project that I alluded to this morning, which is like a short film piece, and we've come up with some really good concepts. So the client had sent over a rough concept. We looked at it and we felt that their concept definitely needed some help, because it's a concept that's supposed to drive quite a significant impact within this particular subject area, and we felt that there wasn't really a payoff within the concept. So typically content within that realm needs to have a moment that's like quite hard hitting and is going to make an impact and be quite rememberable, and we felt that it missed that. So we've kind of gone in and then tweaked their concept with an idea that we think is quite strong, and then we've come up with 2 alternative concepts as well. But we're sort of torn on how to play it, and I never know how to play these things. Maybe if you guys in the comments have dealt with this kind of thing before, I'd be curious to know how you deal with it. But when you have a prospect come along and there's no guarantee of you working together, you've got no pre-relationship of having worked together in the past. If someone's asking you for obviously a proposal and a quote and then also input on a concept, how far do you go? Because we were saying we could go ahead right now and build a full treatment storyboard and really go to deep detail on what this could be for all 3 of the concepts that we've come up with. But there's always that part of me in the back of my mind going, they haven't yet disclosed their budget, which obviously is extremely important for something of this scale, especially like if it's a short film requiring talent, locations, permissions, all these things. It's going to need a budget that's substantial to that. But they haven't disclosed that yet. And they also have outlined that they are looking at other agencies, which they should do. I think everyone should do their due diligence and get multiple quotes with anything you do. Because they're in that position and because we're in our position, I never know how far to go, because you don't want to spill the beans and provide every single part of your idea, because they could go ahead and take that and use it with someone else. I don't know where that stands. Like, do you have IP over the idea? Do you give them a contract to say, like, we're going to present to you, but you can't take it elsewhere? You know, it's tricky. It really is tricky, because there's two of the ideas in particular I actually am deeply in love with. One more than the other, actually. There's one that I came up with, and it was that spark moment of like, oh my God, this would be brilliant. Yeah, I'm really passionate about it. And I actually genuinely am considering, even if this didn't happen, should we do a spec out of it? Because from a cost point of view, it's not going to be insane. And it would be a really, really good piece for us. Based on that, I'm like, I don't want them to take the idea, go do it with someone else, and then we do a spec ad, and it's just a carbon copy of what they've released because theirs went out first. Do you know what I mean? That's the weird situation I'm in right now. We're going to put together a game plan, and then we've got our meeting on Friday, and one of the core aims genuinely is to get a bit more transparency on budget, because even if we have the best ideas in the world, we don't want to go ahead and put together all of this, the proposal and everything, just to find out that they don't have the budget to support anything. You know, the traditional expectations and budget thing. We don't want to get ourselves wound up in one of those situations. So it'll be very, very important that we try and get some sort of figure out of them on Friday when we have that meeting. I'm now putting together another quote, because we had another request come in today, and then I've got another meeting with Darren to come up with some ideas and concepts surrounding another project that we're in talks with an existing client. And then lastly, I've got my second and final call with a prospect today. It's all crazy, it's all good. It's nice to have a bunch of quoting, sales, proposals all going off. It's good that the marketing's doing its thing, and it's a good sign that 2025 is off to a good start, because the first couple of weeks felt a little bit quiet. Like, we had jobs coming in, but it wasn't as busy as I'd hoped. But this week is feeling quite good.
So me and Darren are down in the kit room now, getting ready for Friday's shoot. On kit prep, what we normally do is charge all the batteries, so the gimbal handles, all of the C300 and R5C batteries and the V-mounts. We then get all the cards ready, wipe them and check them on the server to make sure they're all backed up. Wipe them so they're ready to go in the cameras, so we don't have to worry about that on the day. And then we also make a kit list, just so when we do arrive here in the morning, we don't forget anything on the day, that we'll have everything ready to go.
Welcome to Thursday. We're down in the studio with a little bit of a set. Going to be shooting a promotional video for a new thing that we've got coming. Can't say too much at this point, but come along for the behind the scenes and cue the time lapse. That's a wrap on our very quick shoot. Literally 30 minutes, bashed it out. Not to toot my own horn, but I did okay. Only a few mess ups and stumbles in there, and I'll take it. But now let's get upstairs, because today is already just super wild, and I've got a huge mountain of admin and quoting to do. But can't complain, it's nice to have a mountain of quotes to make. Definitely welcoming that with wide open arms right now. Hello, Louis. Welcome to Friday. It's just after midday, and yes, I'm only just starting the vlog. Today has been just manic so far. Really exciting morning. We firstly went down to an in-person meeting, which was really nice. It's great to do an in-person meeting for the first time in a while. We're kicking off a pitch for a potential project. I alluded to a project earlier this week about a short film piece, and it was a really good meeting to sort of decipher a bit more about the brief and understand the reason. I'm always curious, the why. Why are you doing this? What's the purpose? And we had a really good discussion around that, and understood a bit more of the background of the project and why it's so important. But most importantly, the big question that was on all of our minds was budget. Because it's a short film, because there's so much involved, we really needed to know that before we go into any ideation or pre-production or anything really. We don't want to quote on something where we have no idea what the ceiling is, because we could end up going crazy. And I'm glad we had this meeting, because we did find out that unfortunately the budget is on the tight end. Must say, it's going to be a squeeze. Essentially, I need to do some number crunching, some serious number crunching, and this will be something I'm doing next week. But the way that I'm looking at it at the moment is this particular project is about something that myself and those that I've spoken about it with in the team so far are all really passionate about, and we think it could be something that'd be really good for us to do. My thoughts is I'm going to review the budget against what something like this should cost, and I'm going to work out if we'd be willing to do it regardless if we're going to be making what we should make on it. A bit like a passion project, as it were. So it is a tough decision, but it's something I have to weigh up next week and come to a conclusion on. But I genuinely do feel like it'd be a really good project to be a part of. Otherwise, yes, so today is the day where Darren and Sam are on a shoot. Unfortunately, as I said before, they cannot get any behind the scenes, but hopefully I might be able to show a picture of what they're currently wearing, because I believe they've had to get in full like medical scrub equipment. That might look rather funny. Now pushing into the afternoon to wrap up this week, and it is just admin central. Yesterday was wild in terms of admin. I was like working late into the evening just to try and keep up, which is why I unfortunately didn't vlog too much. But today is very much a continuation of that, trying to wrap up some things. This week has been phenomenal from an inquiry perspective. We've had quite a lot of inquiries and a lot of quote requests, and I'm just trying to keep up with that and make sure that I'm producing the quotes and getting those meetings in, and it's great. Like, I'm not going to complain. This is a really good thing, but it does mean I am just like, I'm having to like tunnel vision myself into my computer, which is not super good for this vlog, but it's really good for business, and ultimately it will be good for the vlog if and when these projects get accepted, because then we'll have shoots and we'll have stuff to show you. In really exciting news, I've had a dispatch notification. As you guys know, if you've watched recent episodes, we've made a extremely large, in fact, our biggest ever equipment investment, and it's something that myself and the team are extremely excited for. We were told originally that there was one piece of equipment that had a 5 to 6 week estimated back order time, and that was going to put a delay on all of it, so we weren't able to receive the full order until that was in stock. But I had a notification they got it received this week, which is nuts. And what that means is it's coming today. Until then, I'm gonna crack on. We can catch up when that awesome package arrives. Hello.
What's it gonna have on?
Wow, oh, another one, yeah? That's a big box. Amazing. Thank you so much, have a good day. I believe this is the package. Here's good. I'm so excited. I feel like a kid at Christmas. I'm spoiled rotten. I already know what some of these are. Like this one ain't exciting. I'm starting with the least exciting first. This here, it shouldn't even be in this pile. It's nowhere near it. It's just some more tape. We ran out of tape. Always need tape on set. When you buy new equipment, you need something to keep it in, especially something that keeps it safe. So we've got not one, but 2 new EP.15s. If you're in the production industry, theatre, music, anything, you'll know that there is like the pinnacle. Like, everyone has one, and they're phenomenal. Phenomenal pieces of kit. And as I say, we got not 1, but 2, because we got quite a lot of new kit. Hell yeah. And then both of them come with nice divided inserts, which is perfecto. Now that they're out of the way, let's get into the more exciting parcels, shall we? Let's see what we've got amongst all of this shredded cardboard. Oh, this one's good. Okay, right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 CF Express cards. Gives you a clue. These will go inside of a camera. We've got 2 Canon mount EF to RF adapters. That gives you another clue as to what's coming if you're into your cameras. 2 large camera batteries, 2 small camera batteries. There are 2 SD cards here, but there should be more. Crikey, what is that? Oh, that's super cool. We're still making our way through the boring stuff at the moment. This here, I didn't even know it came in a hard case, but that's super nice. This is a set of batteries, more batteries, and these batteries in particular are super big batteries, like massive, big boys. What camera requires this much power? I wonder if I can get in this. Yeah, man. I reckon I could fit in that. Now these I've had my eye on for a very long time. Beautiful. Okay, this. If you're in the film industry, you will know DZO Film. They make some phenomenal lenses. And not just any lens. These lenses are, yeah, phenomenal cinema lenses. And we have gone and bought, and this is all alluding to a camera that we've invested in. We bought a kit of 7 cinema prime lenses. And these things, like, let's get one out, shall we? This is the 100mm macro lens. Look at that. That is phenomenal. Look at those. You've got the gears on there, the teeth. You can adjust your aperture. So smooth, lovely. These are so good. And I've been a big fan of these for a long time. A lot of people have, because they've got this, a lot of people describe it as the perfect balance between vintage and modern sort of digital look you get from modern lenses, which is what makes them really good and versatile for a lot of productions. Sometimes you don't want a very vintage look and you don't want a lot of artifacts or characteristics within your frame. And these have got a good balance of not giving you too much, meaning you can use them on a more variety of projects as opposed to stuff that is just artistic, if that makes sense. We have got a set here of 7 Vespid prime lenses, and I cannot wait to use these on our next project. They are sick. We're not done. We're not done. God, there's so much stuff. We've got a lot. I already knew we had loads of stickering and labeling to do, and now we've got even more. So, creator of my own problems at the moment. Box number 2. Right, what are we starting with here? Okay, I'm gonna have to hide that one, put it to the side, because I want to leave that one till last. That's probably the one we're most excited about. What is this? Oh, okay. These are adapters for all of the lenses. That is very good. Ah, yes. If you're in the film industry, this is probably one of the coolest lenses to have ever come out. Like, it's just wicked. So this is a 24-105 f2.8. The reason why that is insane, for those of you that don't know, is 24-105 is such a versatile range. The original 24-105, which was an f4, has been renowned as like the documentary lens, the everything lens, the lens that you can use for almost anything. But its biggest flaw was f4. That doesn't produce the most cinematic image, and for low light situations, f4 is most certainly not your friend. So to get a 2.8 24-105, something that versatile in terms of range at that faster speed, is nuts. And as soon as this was released, I was dying to get my hands on one. And I think this is going to be a game changer for us, for our shoots, especially for those that are in low light. It is just going to be like our most used lens from now on. It is epic. Camera reveal number 1. We have got a Canon C80. We finally did it. They released this last year. And as soon as they did, again, like the 24-105, I was just like, we need that. That is the next thing for us. It's just like our C70 that we have now, but it's full frame, and the main thing that everyone's talking about is the triple base ISO. Again, a game changer for low light productions, which is often where we find ourselves, especially when working within events. Cannot wait to start using this thing. But not only that, we got its brother. We got the Canon C400. Yes, the perfect partner and pairing with the C80. The same sensor, same technology, same triple base ISO, in a different body with a little bit more extra on the features side. Phenomenal, and it will mean that our pairing, when we have a split 2-camera shoot, will be perfect. Utterly perfect. Can't wait to start shooting with this. Now, the final piece of the puzzle. Allow me to introduce you to our new Freefly Ember S5K. This right here is a monster of a camera. This thing is capable of filming 4K 1000 frames a second footage, 5K 600 frames a second footage. It's just a epic slow motion camera. You saw in episode 13 of this vlog that we recently had the chance to play with a Red Phantom, was it a Flex, VO Flex, whatever it was called. Utterly awesome experience. We loved it. We loved it so much that we looked for a quote to buy one of those. And then we found out how expensive those things are. And the media, the SSD alone is £30,000. And the camera was something along the lines of £150,000 or something like that. And now listen, I didn't fancy selling my house and selling a kidney to buy a camera. And quite frankly, if you've ever used one of those cameras before, they are utterly horrific to use from a user experience and UI and whatever point of view. It's probably the most difficult thing we've ever used. It is frustrating. But the image out of it is phenomenal, and that's the reason why it's worth so much money, and that's the reason why it's there. But in recent years, Freefly have come along with their competition, which is a fraction of the price and very, very capable. And as soon as I saw this online, I fell in love. I watched the show reels online, I watched the YouTube videos, the reviews, and I was obsessed. I was constantly thinking, can I justify this? Can we get one of these? And I've come up with a plan, and I'm gonna make this work. We're gonna make this a big part of everything we do here at Menace, especially in those subject areas like food and drink. And that is our big kit investment to kick us off for 2025. I'm now gonna put all this in the kit room, and then I need to crack on with my admin tasks. I just had to take a pause. I'm gonna have to work into the evening now because I've taken the time to do this, but there was no way that I was gonna receive those parcels and leave this till next week, because I've been buzzing from the minute we hit buy on these. But next week, stay tuned. We will be getting this kit out and we'll be having a bit of a play and getting to grips with everything that we have just welcomed into the fleet. I can't believe I'm looking at this. I can't believe I'm just sat here next to all of this insane equipment. This is so surreal. Wow. Insane. Today is a day where we can unbox all the kit. I received a letter saying that we had an outstanding bill that we've not paid. Wow.